goes gold. The Baron getting low. Stolen away again. Oh, what a flash there from Giraffe. Aatrox finds one. Pops the world ender. A triple kill. The Nexus is under fire. And everybody falls.
Amazing play right there, and there we have it. These high school students from Melbourne have just dominated.
And for the high school League of Legends AUNZ Championship will be Rattle College from New Zealand.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Queensland High School Esports League, hosted by UQU Esports and the University of Queensland. My name is Mitchell Replace Anderson, and today I'm joined by my co-caster, Maxwell von Neumann. How are things going today, Formal?
You know what? Things are going really, really well, and I am super keen for what we are about to see, because today we have a game between St. Peter Claver College and Unity College for an inaugural match of this new series. What's not to like about this one? We're going to have, you know, an exciting game of League of Legends.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be our first broadcast of this league. We just started up with association, obviously, with UQ and UQ Esports. It's really good to see these high school teams getting involved in esports, especially in somewhere like Australia, where we don't have, you know, that same kind of level as they do in other countries.
Exactly, and to have it be able to be broadcast in a situation just like this is a very unique experience. I mean, I remember back in my high school, we were lucky to even have laptops handed to us for study purposes, and it just shows the changing of the times. With this new rise of esports, we're able to put together events like this, and for these players, these young players, this is going to be an amazing journey that they are about to embark on.
Yeah, it's really good development. I mean, getting everyone involved and seeing esports get more and more prevalent, especially from your position of actually being in the scene for such a long time, and seeing these, you know, having these opportunities back in high school would have been, you know, absolutely incredible. So it's really good to see these schools and these teachers getting involved and giving students an opportunity to explore a less traditional spur of competition.
Exactly, and just because if you're interested and you want to take part, just because we're starting now, signups are not yet closed. So if you are to go out there within your high school, talk to your teacher, talk to your principal, say we have a team put together, we want to participate in the Queensland League of Legends High School Championship, go ahead, because signups are still open and available. So this is still open game. So please come on, sign up and join in, because there's a lot of league to be played.
Yeah, exactly. Can you give us some information about how the tournament's being run?
Exactly. So it's a Swiss tournament, 10 rounds to begin with. That will be the opening stage. Best of 1 games will be played every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. It can be streamed right here on the UQU Esports Twitch stream. Following that, the top 16 teams will be moving on to a knockout round where we go from 16, 8, and then the semifinals and finals will actually be played on site here at the university.
Yeah, can you give us some more information about what exactly a Swiss bracket is for some of those viewers out there who don't actually know what that is?
Exactly. So Swiss bracket works, it's primarily used in tennis, I believe, as well as trading card tournaments. What it is everyone starts off on an even playing field, so 0 all aboard. If you win, you get to play against other winners. If you lose, you play against other losers. So it ensures that as this tournament goes on, we'll be seeing higher and higher tier matches, I suppose. Everyone's going to be playing against equal opponents as it goes throughout. That's the whole point. So we're going to be seeing a lot of close, fair matches.
Yeah, so basically every week here live on stream, you're going to see the best and the second best team go head-to-head. So we may even see the same team, one of our regular occurrences, and then challenges coming along until, of course, we get to the semi-finals and the final brackets, which will be, as Max said before, played live here at UQ.
Exactly. And I mean, that's what I'm really going to be excited for, because once we get towards the end and we're going to be seeing the high caliber teams going at it, it's going to be very exciting as we are getting ready now to go into picks and bans for our first ever match. But first, we're going to go over some of the players. SPCC Colours.
Yeah, for St. Peter's Clavers College today, we got in the top lane, heyimpurple, in the jungle, heyimblack, mid lane, heyimwhite, bot lane carry, heyimyellow, and then in the in the support, JFK is AFK. Aptly named, of course, with those colours for their team name.
Yeah, one of these players is not like the other. I do like the team Unity we're seeing. Funny enough, though, their opponents, Team Unity from Unity College, as we're going to bring up their roster right here. In the top, fluent in League speak, it's General Kusser. In jungle, it is Kingskullo, Unity LoL001 taking the mid lane, Debankle on the AD carry position, and Rattle Beard on the support. You gotta have fun with that. Oh, there we go. Oh, looks like we're getting some changes going on there. Rattle Beard has been moved to top lane. Debankle now running in the support position. Unity LoL001 has taken support. This is live roster changing.
Well, there we go. Apparently, we've just come through the go. They've actually changed it around in Champion Select. So that'll be Uni College roster and the colours on the outside as well.
Trying to pull a fast one on us. I like that level of metagaming. Already they're trying to wait to the last second to kind of show what they have to offer coming at us today.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully our game's going to be like that. Hopefully we get some really nice action-packed gameplay. Obviously these players aren't that same high colour, but it doesn't matter. It's still good to see them getting involved, and we will still see some great League of Legends today.
That we will, and I think we're going to see a lot of fun League of Legends. What do you expect to see from these teams? Because these aren't professional, these are high schoolers, but they're going to be trying to play almost at a competitive level.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what different teams' approaches. Obviously, some schools might be used to with teachers that are, proficient in League of Legends, know what it is, and others might not. So it's going to be a big disparity in these different schools, see what resources they have and how good the players are on the team. Obviously, it's open to, whichever players go to your school. So some players might have, some Diamond Challenger players attending, while some others might be only that Bronze, Silver level. But at least everyone's getting involved and competing. Especially today, I do expect we'll see a lot of,
Action.
It's going to be interesting to see what champions actually come out. Because when you think of high schools or kids playing the game, you think of the Yasuo, the Zed, the Lee Sin. But I know obviously being young myself, it's not really so much like that. So we might see I think it's going to be a lot of pocket pits, a lot of individual players. So I think we might see some very unique matchups. You might not get to see anywhere else except your solo queue games.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a very fun cast, especially for us here, and I think it's going to be great viewing as well.
Yeah, I'm expecting we're going to be seeing a lot of action. We're going to be seeing a lot of players really trying to leave their mark. I believe for a lot of these high schoolers, this is going to be their first time playing on stream and sort of broadcast similar to this. So I expect them to try and step up and shine and really show what they have. So again, the Yasuos, the Zeds, the Fiors, the players you can essentially style on your opponents. I'm hoping that's what we get to see today.
How many 0-10 ribbons do you reckon is going to be in the bracket overall?
I'm hoping not as many in my solo as are in my solo queue games, because if so, there's going to be a lot of ribbon going down. Honestly, I'm also curious to see if any team really does come out there with a game plan and how that might shake it up as well. If we do see that real macro-focused team start to emerge as it goes on, I'm not sure this is going to be the matchup where we see it, however.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of champions, especially these games are being played on 9.4. Obviously, 9.5 is going to drop, tomorrow or Thursday. So this will be one of the last broadcasts of this kind of meta with the Conqueror being released in this patch. So it's going to be really exciting to see how these teams adapt and see if anyone's been playing any of these really strong champions and do actually play towards the meta.
I think a real key, if these players are paying attention, would be the Rek'Sai pick. If we see that Rek'Sai come down with the Conqueror, we'll know that these players are paying attention and maybe are going to be trying a little bit harder to bring the whole championship back home.
Yeah, of course, Rek'Sai is one of those champions who is still very simple to play, quite easy to execute, one of those more traditional junglers. Where you get to level 3, you've got a very simple gank path with the Burrow coming in behind it and very simple to execute. And so one of those champions who is very strong and abusable, but also quite easy at a very simple level to play. So I expect many junglers to be putting presence on her, along with the Sejuani as well, be another champion who has been meta since about 9.1, which got a big buffs.
Yep.
So these kind of more tank and slow style champions with lots lower mechanics are what I think these players will execute on more effectively and should definitely be looking towards when they're good at building these drafts.
That is true, but there also is going to be, I think throughout the tournament, your master Yis, the players who are just going to sit back, farm, come in at that 30-minute mark and say, look out, I'm here to carry. I expect we'll be seeing a lot of those late game carries potentially pop off throughout the course of this tournament due to the nature of the teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very, very, very variant play style. See how clean their macros are in the Baron and stuff like that. And so we will see some very long games and some very short, sharp games as well. So the viewing experience, the game difference is going to be very different from your, traditional, professional leagues. It's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, and you get to see some great summoner names as well.
Yeah, we're going to see some great summoner names, and we're going to see some great action. That's what you're getting at there. This isn't going to be 20 minutes without a kill. I truly believe we are going to be seeing action, probably from, if we're lucky, that level 1 mark. One team may go for that invade. Chaos made spring, and it could be non-stop from the word go. At least that's what I'm hoping for today.
Yeah, some very Vitality C9 at Worlds-esque kind of performances. Very bloodbathy, just run at them in the face and kill everybody in sight, right?
It's what you see in your solo queue, except in a competitive environment, and that is the most fun. I'm just going to slam the desk. Most fun right there.
Yeah, it's about these young individuals getting used to that team environment and playing the game might differently so you might at home. It's more like playing around with your friends, having a lot more fun. So it is again, very different to anything else you ever see. And that's the nature of high school competition. It's
exactly.
I mean, you don't see high school rugby being broadcast like this that often.
No, you don't. You don't see high school.
If you
rugby.
want the spotlight, League of Legends is definitely the place to go.
Yeah. Again, that's actually a very good point because more traditional sports don't get this kind of attention. So in that sense, these players are really, it's a very, very unique opportunity. As we are moving already to our picks and bans, we are underway. So it will be the blue side being run by, my apologies, the Colors on the blue side, Team Unity on the red side, as we're waiting to see our first ban.
Yeah, I mean, I expect, again, very like specific counter-picky kind of bans. So any of these champions that people individually are very skilled on. So I mean, in general, obviously, one of those players plays a lot of Darius in his solo queue, so it's good to take that champion off the board. It's one of those champions as well that low elo players kind of struggle dealing with as well up in the top side.
And as we were talking about, it does appear that Unity has done their homework and Rek'Sai has been taken off the board, as well as LeBlanc now. That solo carry potential. It looks like they are afraid a bit of those solo queue heroes with LeBlanc going away as well.
Yeah, LeBlanc is one of those champions who is very, very strong against some, not completely proficient champions. She's a little bit difficult to farm on against gain CS, but no, of course, that LeBlanc is one of those champions who has very high impact, and Kha'Zix, of course, the next ban.
Yeah, Kha'Zix is another one of those high-impact junglers. That isolation damage is ridiculously high, so if anyone's out of position, which could happen with teams with not as much communication, it's an insta-kill. So smart move getting rid of the Kha'Zix. Malphite the next man.
Yeah, of course, Malphite is one of those champions, very simple to execute, got a great ultimate. Simple strategy up in the top. It looks like it's more of a topside ban focus here from Colours versus Kha'Zix and Rek'Sai more towards the jungle. Heyimblack. Kha'Zix main, as you can see by the club tag there with the Kha'Zix tag. So yeah, of course, bans a little more specific and Cog more interesting.
Kog'Maw is an interesting ban actually, because that's a character that usually requires a lot of team coordination, very low mobility but very high damage. That may be a focus ban targeting heyimyellow.
And the first assassin being hovered in, potentially a Katarina locked in here for Dwight in the mid lane, or it could be top lane. Or AD carry or support, we don't know. It could go anywhere. I'm expecting anything.
I would expect that to be heyimwhite, and it will be locked in. Katarina, first pick. That is a bold first move coming out of the Colors.
I mean, Katarina is one of those champions in solo queue. Seen her win rate increase about 2%. She does take the Conqueror with a domination secondary, and so when she's popping off, when she uses her ultimate, she gets actually a stack every 2 seconds. And so, is really proficient with that champion,
We
with
are
that keystone.
zooming through these picks and bans. Sivir and Master Yi locked in for Unity as the Colors pick up Jax. I told you Yi was coming this game. I had that sense. I had the knowledge.
Lee Sin, Yi, Yasuo, Zed, name a more ironic combo for the the low elo combos. But I mean, as you can back up here in champ, obviously we do have spectate delay, so we can kind of take a little bit more time to go through these picks and bans with the Teemo hover.
It is! It's taken! We have got a Teemo Rattle Beard saying, you know what, we are going to be playing Teemo today. Also, Nautilus picked up as well. That could be top or support. Where's Teemo going?
Welcome to High School East League of Legends. Teemo locked in the first game. Yi, Teemo, Nautilus, Katarina. Champions you don't get to traditionally see, but this is why you should watch streams like this and see a little bit more interesting comps.
More fun. This is more fun, and I am already so excited to see what Unity is going to do.
Thank God they got rid of Riven.
Yeah, Riven will be taken off, so no 0-10 Rivens today.
I'm one of those people who would actually probably leave Riven up. I'd like to give it to the Bronze 1 top laner and say, here, have the Riven. Do your best, please.
It should be worth noting, actually, if that Nautilus is going top, which I might suspect, that does leave bottom open for Colors. Who do you want to see them focus? Because they're taking Lulu off the table now.
I mean, Nautilus is definitely much more effective in the support role than he is in the top lane, especially into something like the Sivir. He has a lot of forms of CC in her kit, so the spell shield's not as effective. That's why Alistar is one of those really key counters to the Sivir. We have multiple forms of, like, the headbutt pulverize pretty much makes the spell shield, useless, so...
And Rakan taken
Nautilus,
away.
very decent as well into that role.
So, yeah, it looks like they're expecting the Nautilus to go top as well, because with another support ban.
I mean, obviously, Jax is most likely going to... I'd like to see him most likely go up to the top side, but could also be going to the jungle here for Hey.
A lot of flex picks on the Colors right now.
I mean, besides the Katarina, yeah, very unflexible draft. I mean, I would prefer the Jax into the Teemo since he does have the Counter-Strike.
Poppy is going to get insta-locked in on the... for Unity. That's probably going to be a top lane Poppy. And now Lucian, who has somehow stayed up throughout this entire draft, being hovered.
I mean, yeah, Lucian, again, in the last patch also got taken down a little bit in power, got his W nerfed. He's still viable with a Q-Max build, but he was overly oppressive with the W-Max with the AP start.
And Yorick will be the last pickup, so that is probably going to be a Jax in the jungle with Yorick going top lane, hoping to provide that split push pressure against the Poppy. One pick left, and it is support for Unity.
I think it's mid lane here they actually got to pick. I don't think they're going to put Teemo in mid. I mean, they might, but I'm likely thinking Poppy will go support here.
Oh, Poppy support.
And then you put Teemo off into the top side. Poppy supports one of those champions, one of those picks that's kind of decent. It's actually not bad into the Katarina and the Lucian and the Jax as well. So it stops a lot of dashes on the enemy side. But
and it will be
like
an Ahri locked in.
Yeah, so Ahri's locked in the mid lane. Ahri, Katarina. It's not a bad matchup for the Ahri, but they're definitely better options. I mean, I think something like a Malzahar here or Lissandra as well, one of those champions who's quite prevalent and decent to the Katarina. Just any really easy to play, easy to execute control mage can just really shut down this Katarina and prevent it from snowballing. I think Unity here gotta make sure, gotta look out for this Katarina roaming to those side lanes.
Yeah, it's going to be. I was about to say it's going to be difficult, but Ahri does have good movement speed and roam follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that I just realized they're not in order from top to bottom. That's why I was like, wait.
Oh, no, they're not. So perhaps the picks, I believe, were actually, the roles were correct. So it is Rattle Beard on, no? So Rattle Beard's going top.
Yeah, Rattle Beard's top,
Rattlebeard's
Yi jungle, Sivir ADC, Poppy support, and Ahri in the mid. So the graphic we brought up earlier was, the right one, but as we will be talking about, waiting for the spectator delay to start. You're going to see our beautiful faces one last time before we jump into the game.
So taking a look at these team comps, who do you think won the draft?
Are there winners? Does it have to be a winner?
One team has Teemo.
And the other team
and
has,
the other team does
Katarina.
not. And the other team first picked Katarina. Honestly, if you're looking at a more traditional team composition from top to bottom, I feel like that goes to St. Peter Claver.
Yeah, most definitely. I think they have a much more defined win condition. It's a lot more of like a kind of let the Katarina kind of get a priority in the mid lane, which is kind of hard into the Ahri matchup. So I expect to see the jungler sit around mid quite a fair bit and try to help her out. That Jax is one of those champions who's actually very good in the jungle because he has many options. He can play extremely aggressive early, but also just hard farm and scale. So if you're not as confident in the jungle role early on, you can just sit back full clear like a Nocturne, wait to get level 6, wait to get your Triforce and your Spear of Sojourn, and then just come and take out the game. But if you are more of one of those early game junglers that likes to build productivity, he can gank very early with the Counter Strike, plus the Leap Strike. So
considering that his jungle opponent is the E, who definitely wants to play the farm strategy, come out late, I'd actually like to see that early aggression from the Jax and not try to keep up with the E's farm. I want to see him try and make those plays. Maybe get that early Rift Herald and start trying to shove towers and get those tower plates down.
I mean, Jax is really trying to counter the. Jax is one of those picks that's really, really solid into the Yi. So what you can do is just counter him with the Counter Strike. He can't do anything. You outscale the Master Yi as well. And there's a lot of point and click CC with that Nautilus and with the who's the top laner?
It was the Teemo.
No.
On the other side. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh god. Anyways, I mean, even just Jax and Nautilus itself has a lot of point and click CC, so we'll shut down this Yi super. It was Yorick.
Yes, it was the split push Yorick with her maiden.
Anyway. So, Yorick is one of those champions who was super strong, got a huge buff to the maiden. Will be getting nerfed in patch 9.5 if you listen to Surrender at 20. So it could potentially be taken down a couple of notches there.
So this could be our one chance we're seeing Yorick in this tournament.
I mean, Yorick will be played heaps more. It's a very simple to execute champion. Very, very good for solo queue. It's still one of the strongest top laners for solo queue, in my opinion. I think he's sitting at like a 53% win rate at the moment. So, really good champion to pick up and play, and the nerfs coming won't drop him by too much. It just means his side lane playstyle isn't as strong.
All right. I feel like we're avoiding, though, the big question, which I imagine our viewers have. Where does Teemo fit in to the team comp coming from Unity?
Doesn't. That's my simple answer. And my more complex answer is, well, Teemo is one of those champions who, although he's very popular and we like to see him around quite a lot, Teemo doesn't really fit into a comp particularly well because he doesn't have any glaring benefits, right? He can't team fight very well since he has, his ultimate's kind of useless in the team fights. His kit in general isn't great for team fighting since it's very simple around sitting in a bush and trying to look for a pick. His picks are okay, but no other champions in his comp really synergize with that pick except for the Ahri. But even then, once you stand over a team mushroom, you kind of walk away from the area. Once you get sweeper as well, the champion's not very good. He doesn't have a huge range either. His main thing is usually to bully a lane, which against the Yorick he struggles to do since Yorick has a lot of inbuilt sustain with the Conqueror rune he takes. And also Conqueror will just, once he gets a wall around the Teemo can't really go anywhere. And it's going to be very difficult for the Teemo to actually get in and do anything in these team fights if he gets zoned out with stuff like the Yorick War, with the with the Nautilus CC.
Nautilus CC. Yeah, and further emphasis that the Sivir spell shield is going to become very crucial, I think, especially as we get later and later into these team fights, because that's pretty much the main source of damage that's going to be coming out of Unity. It's going to be very important to protect that Sivir, as it looks like we are about to be going into game very, very shortly, I believe. Our 3-minute delay should be running down now.
But not just... yeah, so as we jump back into the game, I mean, we're still going to talk about team comps, still talking about what's going on. So as the red side's win condition is very much just get ahead in lane and win through that way, since their champions don't really synergize together too effectively well. While on the blue side, Unity, they do have decent team fight ultimate, they have decent team fight ability. They also have another winning condition in the split push they can enable. And also, if this Catarina can get ahead in the mid lane, get a solo kill or two on the Ahri, can start enabling those side lanes, it's going to be very difficult for them in the side lanes, to continue to get full ahead, especially with this Lucian who's going to be dominating the bot lane.
Yeah.
Because the Sivir does struggle into that matchup.
Sivir does struggle, so it's going to be a slow start with not a lot of team unity coming from Unity. As a result, it definitely does appear that St. Peter has won the draft. But again, that only goes so far. It all comes down to execution. So we do not want to write off Unity just yet. We were talking about pocket picks, and that Teemo is definitely a pocket pick.
I mean, he also has Ignite up in the top side, which is less than ideal for team comps playing around the Baron. So, I mean, I feel like Unity can obviously still win. Anyone can win.
Yes.
In this kind of level, since there's a big skill gap between some players potentially. So as it does come down to the burden of execution, who can actually play the game better on the day. But I do struggle to see whereabouts this win condition can come about for Unity, where I just think SPCC's comp is just better in so many different ways.
There still is Master Yi. There's still the 30. Yeah, I mean,
they're just like, I think.
Good timed alpha strikes. Avoid the crowd control.
Of course.
Get in the back line. You never know what could happen. As it does appear, we are going into game now. Here we are, our inaugural game of the Queensland High School League, coming at it and straight into a pause.
Which means more talking about team comps.
More going on with these team comps as we are waiting to get back into the action.
Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, I mean, the only way is if this Master can get ahead and start pathing away from the Jax, so the Jax doesn't run into him and stop him from doing anything too much, I think there's definitely a win condition there. The other thing they could potentially do is look to get leads in the top side with a Teemo and start abusing the Yorick, since he range melee does actually win that matchup. And then, of course, once they get the late game, the Sivir team fighting as well comes into play. If they can kill this Jax early or get a pick on them before they engage in a big team fight, then it's going to be very difficult for Master Yi, for the rest of the SPCC team to prevent matches coming through.
I'm just a little bit worried about if Unity's team fighting, because you go the Sivir team comp, 3 items, sits back, throws down that bouncing blade, here we go. But where's the protection from Sivir going to be? There's not a real strong front line at all coming out of Unity.
I mean, they have Poppy, so if Poppy just sits next to the Sivir, she has the...
she can stop the Jax leaping strike.
No one can really get into backline without flash.
Yeah.
And obviously Sivir has Spill Shirt as well, so he has a lot of self-peel and the ultimate as well. So Sivir is one of those champions in the late game that is,
it is hard
very competent in fighting front to back. And they've they have better, besides the Teemo and Yi, they have better champions that function better in a team comp. But overall, they're just the champions in general don't go together. So if you're looking at champions that are genuinely viable in a professional game, Sivir's definitely viable, Poppy's viable, kind of. Nautilus is viable, Jax is viable, Yorick's viable, and the Ahri's viable. And everything else is kind of and Lucian, of course.
Yeah, Lucian is probably the most meta pick actually coming out in this game.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. One of the, quite up there overall. But I mean, Katarina, Yi, and Katarina, Yi, and Teemo are just
They're surprise picks, but that's what we were excited to see. We wanted to see something a bit more oddball, a bit more fun, and you have to applaud Unity for going out there and giving it this attempt. And again, we're acting like we're writing them off. We really aren't. If these are players who are competent on these picks and can play them to their utmost potential, we're going to have a serious game. And I'm not sure that SPCC would actually know how to play against that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, it is. The win condition is basically just get this Sivir ahead, let the Sivir start to snowball, and then just play back to front around her, let her pop off and just wait for this Jax to fall down, and the Yee's just got to dive in. So I think the Yee's going to be zoned out of these fights until they can get down their Jax, or try and eliminate. If the red side, or blue side, sorry, burn their CC before Yee actually gets into the game, it's going to be very difficult for them to stop him coming through.
It is. So, as we've been talking about before, we are hoping to see potentially more potential play out of Jax. What sort of pathing do you think he's going to go? Like, where is his first play going to be made?
I mean, he definitely wants to play towards the bot side, towards Lucian, so I expect him even on the blue side. I mean, he will probably start red side just because, jungle pathing is one of those higher concepts to grasp, and you generally don't see good pathing even in solo queue until, Diamond 2 plus. But this Jax would, ideally start blue buff and then look to contest both scuttles against this Yee since he has complete priority. Yee again start red buff. And path towards that bot side as well, either look for counter ganks or to look to set up something around the mid lane as well, try to help protect this Ahri. Because up in the top side, it's going to be a very farm heavy lane. The Teemo's going to be decent into the Yorick. There's not going to be many options for him available to kind of counter that. So as a result, pathing towards that bot side is what both of these junglers want to do. Do I think they will? Probably not. But we're going to have to wait and see after this pause is resumed.
Another ability, I'm not even going to say champion, another ability which I think is going to become very critical more and more the game goes through is Ahri's charm.
Of course, yeah.
Because of both the pick potential and even the peel potential later. If Jax is starting to be the main initiator or Nautilus is that main initiator trying to get to that back line where Sivir or Teemo is, that charm has to be accurate in order for Unity to have any real chance the later the game gets.
Yeah, of course, it is very important to have that kind of aspect available. I think the only other thing that can potentially swing it as well is the fact that Ahri's flank's really good off a team fight. So if the Reds can get a nice front to back setup off with the, obviously they want to dive a lot more with the Katarina, etc. And the Lucian is one of those dive picks as well. But if the Ahri can come from an angle, if she's maybe farming in a side lane or something like that, it makes it a lot more difficult for Unity and the side of Unity to it gives them a lot more options to win a team fight if the Ahri can come through the back and land the charm on the priority targets and take the other team out there.
But for that to happen, to create these flanks, it's going to come down to vision. And that's the one aspect we actually haven't touched yet with these teams. I'm really curious to see what sort of vision these high school teams are going to be playing with. Like, are they going to be prioritizing it? Or is it going to be something that's kind of put to the side as opposed to getting those damage items and making plays? Obviously, vision is what you'd ideally want, but what do you expect to actually see?
I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like support, you have what item, you place water, we do nothing. You expect to see all yellow trinkets at 35 minutes, no pink wards bought by anyone except maybe the support and the jungler, but of course only for ward hops.
Yep. I mean, Jax is going to be putting vision down.
Yeah, I mean, most of these players are around like silver, gold level. Silver, bronze level. The average for both teams averages out around about silver. I think one of the Unity LoL 001 is literally has only played the game for like a week or something like that. Obviously, he's played Dota as well, so he's not new to League of Legends.
He's not new to the MOBA genre.
He's not new to MOBAs, but he's obviously new to League of Legends, so it's not a big leap for most of these players. But yeah, varying degrees of skill, and it depends how much experience and how much coaching they've gone through before this. So we could see, a very polished side versus a very unpolished side, or both teams just kind of playing a bit of solo queue.
Well, I at least hope there's going to be vision, because especially from Unity's side, as we said, the flank is going to be very, very important for them. And I do believe if they are to out-vision SPCC and really find those correct engages and correct team fights, it might not matter that their team comp is less conventional. If they get those right picked with the charm into a lot of damage out of, let's say, Sivir, or more importantly, I think, and more relevant, would be Yi. If they get like an Ahri Yi roam train going, thanks to the lane pressure Ahri can put down on a Katarina, they could snowball that early in mid game and really get a huge advantage.
Yeah, there's definitely potential for them to make a win condition through those two champions that are very high priority, high impact early game kind of comps. Not early game, the very high impact. Honestly, I think they would have been better playing, instead of picking Teemo, they picked a Taric top and went for a Yi funnel comp.
That would have been fun.
I think we definitely could have seen that executed as well. Even though you do have Monster Hunter, I feel like the Yi would have gotten far enough ahead. That's still viable if you're good enough at playing it, but
funnel comps are very advanced though, so I would love to see one, and I would really love to see one executed properly.
I hate playing funnel. It's so boring. I mean, it's fun as if you're the Master Yi or the Kaiser or the Zai, whoever's getting funneled, then it's enjoyable. But if you're the support, it's not the best fun.
I've only played against funnel comps. I've never actually gone out there and funnel comped myself. but I definitely remember playing against it, and I greatly enjoyed being on the other side of a poorly executed funnel comp.
I mean, yeah, if it's not, if the Master Yi isn't 8 and 9, it's fine. But if the Master Yi's 20 kills and 0, you're like, oh god, not this again.
I mean, look, it was pretty easy. I'm just going to go a little bit into this. Malzahar worked really great against it because all I had to do was just sit back and farm and stay safe under tower.
What was the who was the Yi playing with?
It was with a Tarek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they couldn't.
Yeah,
They couldn't get to me, and it was very easy to predict their movements. Anyways, I've just gotten word that the game should be roughly starting in about another 2 minutes, as I believe we had to remake the entire situation, but everything should be okay now. We will soon be in our game. Once again, we apologize for the delay. It is our first broadcast, not that we're making excuses, but we just want to make sure we have the best viewing experience for you all.
Yeah, of course. I want more of a professional broadcast. I've really never been involved in, so this is obviously a lot more stuff going on behind the scenes, and we're just trying to work that out as we are waiting to jump into this very first game of the High School League of Legends Championship. I'm very excited though to see what these teams bring out and what kind of level we can expect from these kind of players.
I am excited for everything that we are about to see because I know you can't have a game with Teemo and Master Yi and a Katarina and not expect fireworks and not expect action.
I do expect a lot of solo kills early on, especially during this first 2 Scuttle Crabs. I do expect, especially if Katarina. If Katarina can get a kill early, it's just pretty much game over. If she can snowball it effectively and play around her lead.
Will we see the Soul Stealer?
I hope so.
Will we see more kills than time played? Like, if you average a kill a minute.
That is 100% confirmed. There's no way that is going to happen. They're going to have more kills than time played. It's going to be at least 3 kills per minute, so it's going to be an action-packed game. You're going to be doing a lot of talking.
All right, I'm holding you to that now.
I'm doing a lot of sitting here.
Everyone is going to hold you to that now. If we're 20 minutes in and there's only 18 kills, you know who to blame. It's Mitch Replays Anderson.
It's entirely my fault for not doing that.
Find him on Twitter and let him know, mate, you promised me so many kills, but all Teemo did was sit back and farm. Katarina just funneled the Jacks.
And if you do want to find me on Twitter, it's at Os Replays. At Os Replays on Twitter. Thank you very much.
And once again, if you want to join the High School League of Legends Championship Queensland, it is not too late to sign up. Please look us up online, talk to your principal or teacher, put your team together, sign on up. There's still 9 more games after this. You might be awarded 1 game loss, but it doesn't matter. If you win your next 9, guess what? You're going to be going to those knockout stages, and you will have your chance to play in the Queensland final and be the best high school team within the state. And here we go into the game. We are underway. First buys coming through. Pretty traditional buys, I would say, to start off with.
Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. The Teemo with Dorian Spring is going to be fun. Mastery flashes coming out from the boys. Yeah, a lot more traditional, just a classic 5-point defense. Well, I said that, but there's no 5 points, only 4 points, 3 points.
I'm still waiting to see what Kingskullo and Unity LoL001 are doing because it looks like Kingskullo has actually left Fountain without buying any items.
Is that Jack Troll? Jack Troll, is that you?
Yeah, so and I believe it's been pointed out.
And Poppy has no support item either.
Kingskullo is backing. Unity LoL has also not bought a support item, instead opting for 2 pots. How much of a disadvantage is this going to be for Unity in the bot lane?
It's a bit of a disadvantage, and I feel like the press the attack on the Poppy support, that's a little bit of a disadvantage as well. And the Aftershock Ari in the mid lane.
Hey, Charm is CC. You ulti in to follow up. Get that Aftershock pop. That's more damage. That is something we're going to expect, but it does look like more traditional starts. It will be a red buff start for both heyimblack and for Mr. Leet Speak, the general is what we're going to be calling him today. Good leash going over, so heyimblack will be getting that red buff. Very good leash, actually.
Yeah, so of course, Jack starting from the red side is very powerful if you are on blue side, of course, to start from your red buff. Just simply because the key buffs, the blue and the red, have minus MR and armor respectively. So if you are one of those attack damage junglers, it's much easier for you to start on that buff. I'd expect the Yi, obviously Yi started red as well, which is why he can take that jungle much faster. He should have passed towards Krugs here.
He also didn't get a leash though, so he is a bit behind on the jungle pathing.
He definitely is, definitely lost temper to his Jacks. I do expect them here to run into each other for this first scuttle, as you must see moving down now.
Yeah, Yi is moving.
It'll be interesting to see if Jack skips it or goes for a full camp.
It looks like Jax is actually going for the full camp at this stage to try and power farm, I suppose. So Yi will be getting that first scuttle on the top side. A good pickup for the General and Unity College. Taking a bit of time to get it done. And for the most part, actually, not a lot of aggression. No level 1 fights. Everyone's content just to farm to start things off. And actually, it does appear that the General did move into mid lane, showed himself, was looking for that gank opportunity against heyimwhite, but was unable to find it.
Yeah, I mean, in that mid lane, there's a big CS lead already coming for the Katarina of the Ahri. Ahri's only on 5 CS now. The Katarina's more than double that. I mean, it is only early. It's not hard to double more than 5, but the CS lead in the mid lane already occurring, which is not what you want to see if you are the Ahri or red side.
Yeah, that is going to be very, very, very unfortunate for Unity, because if heyimwhite is able to start to snowball, that would be huge. And speaking of which, heyimwhite's going aggressive. We could be seeing the first blood of the tournament. Not quite yet. Flash was actually held by Kingskullo, so good job holding onto the summoners, knowing he could walk away safely.
He's going to be backing away here, else he will go down to the next all-in with the Katarina once those spells comes right back up with the Ignite. Yeah,
it has to be a bit careful, but still trying to get farm. Oof, just missing that CS there. Oh, Kingskullo, a little bit of Foxfire, I believe, to try and dissuade heyimwhite from going in. JFK is AFK, stepping forward as well, looking for the hook. Does connect on to Sivir, but there won't be enough follow-up, because back in the mid lane, heyimwhite is looking for that first kill. Will be going under tower. Ignite is dropped, but no! Those tower shots might be able to turn around. In the end, I believe both champions will survive.
Yeah, the Katarina flashed to try and get an E reset there instead of flashing onto the Ahri instead, so lost that crucial order she needed to pick up the kill. Unfortunately, so the Ahri lives to die another day in that mid lane, but will fall massively behind in CS.
Yeah, forced to back already, and only buying health pots on the back.
Yeah, so 5 health pots coming out from the Ahri, a
very healthy build.
Very healthy build.
Very healthy build. Very thirsty Ahri. She just needs a lot of drinks to stay hydrated.
Yeah,
stay hydrated, kids.
Want to keep those health pots chugging, keep them chugging along. I do want to see this Katarina come back to this lane. The wave is shoving back into her, so hopefully she's going to look for a freeze here. And if she can get a freeze on this Ahri, she can look to increase her CS lead by 10-fold, and also look to poke down those pots and start looking for more all-ins onto the Ahri. Since those pots won't really help if the Ignite goes down.
Taking a lot of focus on the bot lane right now, as this Lucian has actually over doubled the farm of Debankle. So very good farming coming out of heyimyellow.
Yeah, I mean, SPCC Colours
we might have a gank here. We are going to go in. The counter strike does not connect. It does force out a flash, though, from Debankle. Sivir will be fine.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure coming in there from the Jax. Just seeing her in the Lucian. That's what he wants to see. He wants a player in this Lucian lane. Get this
heyimwhite going in aggressive. The Foxfire and the Orb actually doing a little bit of damage to heyimwhite there. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, of course, Katarina just moving up and zoning the Ahri off the wave even more. Or she should just not touch the wave at all and just shove back into her. No, she should look to push it again, so Ahri will be safe for the next 2.5 minutes before the wave can reset and Katarina can look to set up a freeze again.
And here we go. Kingskullo getting chunked down to half. heyimwhite going in aggressive, just chunk, 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 poke, poke, poke. It is really a hard lane so far for Kingskullo in this mid lane. But here comes the General looking to try and get a gank in, but it's a counter gank from heyimblack. The Alpha Strike does not do nearly enough damage, and there is your first blood of the tournament going over to heyimwhite.
Yeah, mid lane with no priority there, the wave was really poorly shot. Obviously, the Yi came around for an interesting gank path onto the Katarina, saw it coming from a mile away, the minions. Jax was just at his Raptors there, unfortunately, and was able to come up and clean up the kill. And that's first blood going straight to the blue side.
And I have to applaud the map awareness coming out of heyimblack. Recognize I am close, there is action happening, all I need to do is step up. We've all had those junglers who just keep on power farming, so you know what? Kudos to SPCC Colours. There's good communication, good map awareness so far, and that is why they have the first advantage in this game.
Yeah, I mean, especially up in the top, like they're just upping gold all around the map. Just the huge CS deficit in the mid lane as well.
And here we go, we have another gank. It is the flash counter strike, leaping strike. Stun is there, forcing out the flash from Kingskullo, who should be able to walk away, but big summoners taken. However, it did cost heyimblack's flash as well.
Yeah, it was, potentially a decent gank there in the mid lane. Katarina didn't have Ignite up just yet. If the Jax held up a little bit, maybe went to a red buff and then we'll look for a gank coming off that recall. Look for a gank after that wave was about to shove back into the cat, so definitely look for something there. I think this Katarina really needs to just work on being smarter. If she manages the mid lane, the mid lane wave here effectively.
Oh, here we go. heyimblack going for another gank. This time the focus is Rattle Beard. Gets done immediately. It's trying to walk away. Oh, the ring does not connect. Teemo, though, still using his flash. That was a bit unnecessary by Rattle Beard.
I think we would have got knocked in there, so it's decent to flash away. I don't know what General's here. He's way too low and he cannot fight this Jax. at least until he completes his Rage Blade, which is well and truly down the track.
Yeah, I feel like General just needs to try and power farm and hope that his lanes don't continue to snowball the wrong way. This is a really tough position for General right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Yi right now is, really struggling. He's fallen behind quite significantly to these Jax. I mean, he's still even in farm. I want to see this Jax play a little bit more aggressively and with some invades onto the Yi, since he's going to not be punished for that. So the champion is just so much stronger.
heyimpurple continuing the push in the top lane as Rattle Beard. Really no lane pressure right now. This could be a lot of trouble for Rattle Beard. Caught in the ring. This should be a kill. The Mushrooms does blind heyimpurple, slows it down a bit, but it's not nearly enough. heyimpurple picking up a kill solo in the top lane.
That's why Yorick is so strong into this Teemo matchup. Even though the Teemo can maybe have a little bit more range and poke down more, Yorick has amazing sustain with that corrupting pot. And once he lends that ring, because Teemo has no ability to get out, no wall jumps besides the flash that went down obviously earlier in the game before, how to pick up that solo kill.
Also, here we go with more action. Actually, JFK's AFK connecting the hook onto Unity Lol. A heal should lead them to walk away. Something I want to point out is actually in the mid lane, heyimwhite is going all in after Kingskullo. Will he go for the tower dive? The answer is not this time. This is what I mean. When the action starts, it's going to happen everywhere. Point I was trying to get to, though, SPCC Colours has deep wards. Unity College has no wards.
I mean, they have pink wards down. Like that's better than what I expected, to be honest.
Yep.
I wish, like, this Katarina is just playing way too aggressive in this mid lane. She's looking for the kill, looking for the highlight there, which is to sit back, work on managing the wave, work on lasting those minions and building an even bigger league through that way.
That said, though, heyimblack has not yet been punished for it. So I feel like, sometimes if you have a bad practice or bad habit, you need to get slapped in the face. The hook connects, by the way. Debankle just a little late on that spell shield. However, the follow-up from heyimyellow not quite there.
Yeah, no, of course, getting away just like this. But you can see, like, in the bottom lane, there's a gold bounty on this Lucian with 0-0 Syndro. He's, double the Sivers farm from not being able to, Debankle has not been able to last hit these minions quite effectively. He's fallen so far behind in farm. It's going to be difficult for her to, start getting to that, as she identified that win condition earlier, that late game Sivir. If she can't get ahead and can't start collecting this gold and getting to her items, it's going to be very hard for her to, come back and win these games. As
we see, the Maiden is out in the top lane, but those Teemo Mushrooms are actually doing a very good job at preventing heyimpurple from really starting to get a push going. Rattle Beard is going to be able to kill that Maiden. There you go. So a little bit of usefulness coming out of Rattle Beard there, thanks to the champion pick. So Teemo kind of working out a bit, maybe?
Maybe. It's still 20 CS down overall in that matchup. I mean, a bit of a hopeful ultimate from Purple there. But
as we continue on, it actually looks like heyimblack might be looking to dive that bot lane. He is very deep in the jungle, thanks to that vision. heyimblack getting more damage down onto Kingskullo, as SPCC Colours is really taking control of this game 10 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so excited for Teemo. What to say?
I mean, Teemo, look, there's a reason why he is the mascot of League of Legends, and he still can bring it back. He's got his stinger already built, probably going to go into a Nashor's Tooth, and once that's together,
charm.
And here we go, can the charm connect? The orb does do a bit more damage. heyimblack is flirting with death, so we go back to the top lane to watch more ghouls being thrown at Rattle Beard. The Teemo Shroom should be able to take care of that. I believe it's a beehive because of BMO, but yeah, Kingskullo, if he had gone in right there, he had actually a chance for that solo kill in mid lane.
Yeah, he definitely should have burned the ult there to try and get in range.
Oh, here we go. We have a fight top.
Flash available.
We have a fight top. The General's going to be coming in from behind. heyimpurple does avoid the ring, and here comes the Alpha Strike on to heyimpurple. Is the damage there, though? York is getting chunked down. Purple trying to walk away. He still has Flash in there. It will be used, so he should be able to get away just fine this time.
Yeah, obviously the Yi with the red buff slow as well was just unable to pick up that kill. If he had a chilling swipe, but chance he could have caught up to that flash as well. We should have held the Q, use the Q a little bit preemptively there on the Master. You want to try hold that just until they use their flash to gap close and get back on top of the target. If you play that more effectively, definitely going to come away with something. But unfortunately, for the red side, the York just simply walks away and now has a gold banner in his head as well.
Yeah, as we take a look now, some of those bounties starting to come through. 500 gold on heyimyellow, about 450 on heyimblack, and 450 on heyimblack as well. More tower siege going on as heyimyellow continuing to push that CS lead almost at the half-century mark over his opponent. In mid lane, an ultimate is actually dropped by heyimblack, and that burst damage, my goodness, Kingskullo is evaporated.
Yeah, the Ari goes down once again to the canary. Didn't throw the charm at the rooted cat on her ultimate, and didn't get the aftershock to stay alive, which is why she went down immediately. 37 CS to 78 this mid lane, 92 to 63 in the top, and then 106 to 53 in the bot lane. These leads are just so... It's only 3-0 on kills if they have a 5k gold lead purely just for the CS differential.
And at this stage right now, a question has got to come down to how can Unity bring it back? Because obviously you have that late game scaling with the Yi. You still have strong abilities with Ahri's Charm. You just need to find the right pick, the right fight. I'd like to try and see them force a sort of numbers advantage for their side, wherever they can.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely still options for them to come back. You know, the Lucian falls off, the Katarina falls off as well. If Ahri can start landing her charms during the mid game.
And the hook connects onto JFK, connecting onto the Poppy, and here we go. Lucian able to pick up the kill onto Debankle, and they want more. Unity LOL is going to go down. It is a double kill for heyimyellow, and the General trying to man mode it, going into the 1v3. He's not going to get out of this, okay, giving over the triple kill to heyimyellow. Brave play, unfortunately not paying off, and that will result in some turret plating going down.
I mean, that was definitely ambitious from us either, but the play in general was very ambitious from the blue side. That play could have definitely gone wrong with the Poppy just popped the steadfast presence, and they allowed him to just tower out on a turret. If you don't know, you know, obviously the tower shots do ramp up. They get more and more damage as it goes, and it doesn't reset once it changes targets. So, you know, the Nautilus is only 2 tower shots from going down. I don't think the Katarina and the Lucian were able to save that dive either. So a little bit of misplay from them running away from the tower. I should have just stayed underneath it and looked to try and kite out and win the fight with the
And with that action happening on the bot side as well, SPCC was able to grab Rift Herald and deploy it before turret plating goes away. So that is a lot more gold, only adding to the snowball that is SPCC. And this is just not fair. heyimwhite making it look easy, getting rid of Kingskullo. What can Ahri do now? It's a lost lane.
I mean, really? Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much all these lanes for, you know, Unity College have fallen quite far behind. It's going to be very difficult for them to try and come back in this game. They do still have the EA, still have the Sivir, but, you know, it is definitely an uphill battle from them here. And, you know, the only way I'm trying to do is move the Sivir into the mid lane immediately, even though you haven't lost the tower yet. Just look to try to shove out this mid lane to prevent this tower from going down and try to hold the vision around there and just wait for a mistake to come out from the blue side around the Baron.
And I want to, oh, here we go. Debankle's actually going to go in, stepping forward against heyimwhite. This could be a risky play. There's no backup there for Debankle, but heyimwhite is still nervous enough to walk away. I kind of feel like heyimwhite could have just turned that.
It would be very difficult for the Katarina to actually die without the Ignite or the ultimate there. I mean, it does have a lot of damage.
And Rattle Beard early flash. Meanwhile, back in the bot lane, JFK gets the hook onto Unity LOL, and with heyimyellow right there, this should be a kill picked up. The ultimate's actually going to be dropped by JFK to help secure it. heyimyellow picking that up. That is his 4th kill this game on the Lucian, and we're not done yet in the mid lane. heyimwhite picking up yet another solo kill, but as this is going on, they might have the numbers on the top side, and finally, General gets Unity College on the board. Across the map, though, they're down 2-1.
I mean, that's huge for the Master getting the shutdown bounty as well.
We're actually not done yet. The spell shield a bit early. Debankle chunked quite low, and I do believe heyimblack should be able to follow up and get that kill, but with Debankle's ultimate, maybe, yep, Sivir will be able to run away at the cost of the bot lane tower.
Obviously, Sivir trying to walk out to the defend the tower was pretty much gone and almost lost her life, but luckily just gets away. Something small for Unity College. I mean, winning that thing in the top there was very important for them. He's been able to get some items off this up, you know, trying to get towards that Rage Blade and start popping off, but... Hey, I'm Kate.
It's like a shark stalking its prey. Oh my gosh! That was less than a second. This Katarina is a very, very full and happy Katarina. Nothing the General could do there, and it is another kill picked up for this mid lane.
It's a level 12 10-stack Darksteel with the Gunblade down in the Katarina. Very well farmed up as well. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to really shut her down unless you can land some CC on top of your champion.
And at this stage, really have to give credit to SPCC. They have come through. They're playing their champions very well. Oh, a bit of an aggressive play from Kingskullo. heyimwhite will walk away. But they've been playing very, very smart. They've been able to get the deep wards and track the General. They've been collecting objectives. As you can take a look now at the minimap, they're securing their 2nd dragon as we speak. They also got that Rift Herald as well, while turret plates are still active. They're playing the map. They're playing the lanes. They are just, at the moment, playing a very, very strong game. Very strong.
Yeah, they're really far ahead here, and it's going to be...
And oh my goodness. General again trying to alpha strike to mitigate the damage. Not quite enough. He will fall, and that should be Debankle falling as well. heyimwhite going to get at it. One more auto should do it. Going to go under tower for it. There it is. A double kill for the mid laner of SPCC. heyimwhite 7-0-3. That is nearly 100% kill participation, has that 1k gold bounty, as well as heyimyellow. This is just the Katarina and Lucian show, but we're not done yet. heyimlack going after that. Ahri forces out the flash, but heyimwhite is there, almost playing with the food, giving the thumbs up before going in and picking up the kill.
Yeah, obviously the Katarina does get 15-second resets on all her abilities every time she gets a kill. So her ultimate now is sitting around about 30-second cooldown as the Poppy yoinks them out of the bot lane.
This is my tower.
Every time the Katarina gets 2 or 3 kills, she pretty much gets another ultimate up again. So Katarina, very, very strong at this point and can just pretty much walk around and kill anyone. But these gold bounties are huge, though. I think if they can shut down this Lucian, shut down this Katarina, there's a huge window for them to get a lot of gold onto these carries they haven't got through farming. And so there's a big way for Unity College to get back into this game.
And this is exactly what SPC was hoping for when they first picked that Katarina. They were hoping that they could win that lane matchup and start getting those kills. And heyimpurple may have overextended just a bit. The general has come in, but a beautiful rig there. Buys enough time because here comes heyimblack and they're going to turn around. heyimblack picks up the first kill and the general as Rattle Beard is running for his life. Unfortunately, he's not going to make it, it appears. Yep, the ghouls will run down the Teemo, and on the backside, it's heyimwhite picking up yet another kill in this game. Across the board, that is 3 down for Unity, and this could turn into inhibitors. heyimwhite not done yet, though. Going after Kingskullo, going in super deep, and oh my gosh, just the positioning so good, able to take just enough tower damage to get that kill and not go down themselves. 17 kills to 1. SPCC could be looking to end this game in under 20 minutes.
Yeah, 18 minutes into the game, 2 Ocean Drakes up, so they're going to sustain up immediately once being out of combat. The Yorick Ghoul on the tower is going to, no, sorry, the Maiden is going to help these towers go down. Absolutely immediately, the Eulogy of the Idol is just so strong. One of these key parts of that champion, and you know, at this point, the blue side's just so far ahead.
We are one team fight away from ending, and this could be it. The hook connects onto the general, and the follow-up damage, though, is just barely enough there. heyimyellow picking up that kill is now unstoppable, but that could be all they get, as it looks like they're going to back out, or are they going to reposition? Or they're going to rotate mid. There's an exposed inhibitor there, and heyimwhite is already on it, asking for his team to come help. heyimyellow and the rest of the squad are there. SPCC looking to end this game. Second inhibitor will fall. Will they retreat or will they keep pushing? And it looks like the call right now will be to retreat, reset, get some items, and look to finish this game off.
Yeah, I mean, they have just got the inhibitors, going to wait for these supers to come in. There's no way that the red side can actually deal with these super minions. They just don't have enough items or damage to kill these supers before they get to their towers. So it's only a matter of time before these huge minions come through and start destroying their base. Baron's not even up yet. I mean, it's going to start in a minute, and they have enough gold to just go immediately to it. So I'd like them to go straight, get that Baron, and then just walk it down mid lane, play it nice and safe and win the game. I mean, they don't even need Baron to end, but it's still the right percentage play, and it would really help their win condition.
I feel like coming into this tournament, and into this game in particular, one of the big questions I had is, will these teams be able to finish a game once they have a lead? I feel like this isn't the right game to answer that question because of such the significant lead that they have. We're looking at an over 15K goal differential at the 20-minute mark. That is obscenely high.
Yeah, I mean, and we are going to have these kind of games during this tournament. Obviously, at the very start of the bracket, we're going to, not have mismatched skill levels. We have a lot of new, literally brand new players. The Poppy, one of them, first time, one of the, literally only a week into the game versus, heyimblack has been playing for
And here we go. This could be that fight because heyimwhite is going super deep, trying to find Debankle, but unfortunately for the Katarina, Debankle is able to get out safely, but it may not matter. They don't even need Baron. They're just going to try and push it without. Here we go. The final siege is on. JFK's AFK gets the hook onto the general, but Kingskullo is there to follow up. Meanwhile, Katarina drops the ultimate, not really hitting anyone, but taking a lot of tower damage. heyimwhite may go down, and he does. That's Teemo picking up the kill, but it is at the cost of a double kill going over towards heyimyellow. Lucian wants more. Rattle Beard could be in trouble. That chunk damage is not quite enough yet, and Lucian will back off. Meanwhile, on the bot side of the map, heyimpurple's just making sure we at least get some objectives. But you know what? It looks like Unity College may have successfully stayed alive, at least for that first wave, but the next wave crashing could be more damage. There's still a full health heyimblack, but nope, instead, Yellow will decide to back away for now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Yorick going, I'm split push, stay away, I will split push, it's okay. But obviously Katarina goes in there a little bit over ambitious to right in the game, still has a 750 gold bounty on her, despite, sorry, 950 gold bounty despite going down with the 1,000 gold going over to Teemo of all things.
And General's going in aggressive. Very risky play, but there's no follow-up whatsoever. General is on his own, and heyimblack is just going to counter-strike stun. Thank you very much for yet another kill. Pad my score a bit, and the third inhibitor should fall as a result. Black wants more, though. Unity LoL in a lot of trouble. I don't think Poppy's getting away. heyimblack picks up yet another. It's an unofficial double as the third inhibitor falls. 2 Nexus towers remain in this game.
Yeah, there's almost nothing left. The double supers pouring in at the 21-minute mark. So they might be moving towards Baron here for the blue side. But, as I was saying earlier, we are going to have games like this that are quite stompy. But at the same time, we're going to have games that are going to be a lot longer, a lot more evenly matched. These are varying players of varying different skill levels.
Yep.
And they aren't always going to be, these high.
And this is the benefits of a Swiss bracket tournament. Because, yes, SPCC Colours looks to be a much more coordinated team and a frankly, better team on this day. And as a result, they're going to play against the other teams that were better teams on this day, whereas Unity College next week will have an easier matchup for themselves because they will play against another team that has also, unfortunately, fallen. And that's sort of how the tournament works. So the further into this tournament we get, the more and more even the matchups will become. So
yeah, the higher quality of the gameplay as well, and the higher quality of games for you guys to see as well. Because I mean, it is good fun to see this, but if you see a stomp every single week, it does get a little bit boring, of course. Maybe it doesn't if you're the one stomping them.
True, and it's also, for Unity College, they should not be discouraged. They went up against a more experienced team, and it shows. But as the tournament progresses, they'll be getting easier matchups, and with that, I think they can build confidence off that. And hey, they got a couple kills. They actually did kill heyimwhite in that last tower dive.
They did. They did definitely kill the Katarina, and I mean, there are a lot of things to work off. I mean, especially when you get stomped in the game this hard, it is hard to go back and see. But I think the mistakes they made were very obvious. It was very simply just being able to last those minions more effectively, knowing how to manage your waves and not get all in by these very, clear consequences.
And oh my goodness, these super minions are actually doing more damage without the team even being there. It kind of looks like SPCC is just sitting back and watching the super minions with the Baron and Power do all the work. This is Unity. They're going to have to fight. And here we go. The final engage has begun. It looked like an Alpha Strike did go in for the General. There it is as well, going after heyimpurple, but the damage is just not there. Purple picking up another kill onto General, and it is exposed Nexus. But do they want to pad the stats? That is the question. Nexus down to half. Will we see the fountain dive? No. Instead, they're going to pull people out. Rattle Beard is going to go down, and that will end the game with Black picking up the last kill. Congratulations, SPCC, on winning our inaugural match.
Yeah, the very first game of the High School League of Legends Championship. For Queensland, SPCC are our winners today. Great game from the squad. Really good to see, all of them getting involved and starting to get involved. Unfortunately, it was a very swift win towards SPCC, but still a great game for us to start off our broadcast. And as we said, the game's only get better in the weeks to come.
Exactly, and I would like to throw out a big thank you to both of our schools for participating, as well as the University of Queensland for supplying us with sponsoring for this competition, as well as this beautiful caster desk and stage and setup, running everything. Huge thank you to the university for letting this all happen.
Yeah, of course, fantastic thanks to the University of Queensland for sponsoring this event. And that will be all for our broadcast today. Obviously, we would go into analysis usually here, but there isn't really much to say. It was pretty much they just won the game. And they won the lane super hard. They had big CS leads. I definitely think the MVP was definitely the Lucian that game. I think the Katarina, although he played well and looked like the carry, he had a lot of crucial mistakes that against a better player would have been punished, a lot harder for.
Yeah.
I think the Lucian in the bot lane in particular was a lot more consistent and played the game a much more effective and more efficient way.
heyimyellow was definitely controlled the bot lane, didn't overextend, took the correct fights, and punished essentially all of Unity very hard. So
I think Katarina
agree.
was looking too hard for those solo kills and lost a little bit of focus on the game.
Hey, there was that flash, that flare. We did say we were going to see some flash and flare and a little bit of showboating.
Yeah,
we did
classic
see
assassins. So many more Katarina, Yasuo, Zed, Talon. I can't even name all the assassins in the game. Fizz.
And if you are SPCC, I feel like that is huge for their momentum. Obviously a big win for their confidence, but you can't really base this entire tournament off of what we saw today. I think they have to make sure to at least remain some humility, because if they go in with that kind of swagger against a team that's equal or even better than them, they may struggle. That said, today though, they came to play and they really showed up.
Yeah, of course. And this will bring us to the end of our broadcast today. Thank you all for watching. We'll be live back here again next Tuesday at roughly 4:40 to 4:45 p.m. Again, we'd like to thank University of Queensland for sponsoring this competition. We'll be running for the next 10 to 16 weeks, I believe, with a little bit of a break in the middle.
Before our elimination stage, So the Swiss stage will be taking place over our next 9 weeks. Same sexy stage, same everything really. And then from there, will be a bit of a break before we hit our knockout stages. And then our finals will be mid to late July, I believe, actually, at the Chanel Theater on campus. There's going to be a stage set up. It's going to be super exciting. So please stick with us all the way through to that.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Again, thank you, University of Queensland, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Or not tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you very much. I've been Max Formal von Neumann.
And I'm Mitch Replays Anderson. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Anderson.